All right, everybody. So now, after getting some rest after finishing another week of work, I am now ready to get into making some more content after a little bit of a hiatus of the week. So, back in session. So, keep watching and enjoy the program. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Zach the Celtics guy here, back with another video, and now it's one of those episodes today. Welcome to the Massachusetts Report, where we uncover more information about the failures of the Moron Healey-Kim Dumbass regime here in Massachusetts. So, you all should know my opinion on Maura Healey at this point, and Kim Driscoll, two dumbasses that can't balance a budget, two morons that have never met a tax hike that they didn't support and that they didn't hike. You should know that these two are a complete and utter embarrassment to this state, and they make me embarrassed to be from Massachusetts. So, just when I thought that Maura Healey wasn't done embarrassing Massachusetts enough as she has done, like, let's see, what has she done to embarrass Massachusetts as it is? Oh, let's see, starting a border toll war with New Hampshire, pissing off their governor. Now there's a front runner in New Hampshire, Kelly Ayotte, that's literally running against Maura Healey, because she's running as governor, and she's saying that we don't want to become Maura Healey's Massachusetts. So you got a governor in a state to the north of us that's doing better than us at in every imaginable way, and doesn't want to become what Maura Healey has brought to Massachusetts. So just with all of that, her migrant crisis, the spending out of control, the record high local taxes and fees out of control, a wind turbine scandal on Cape Cod, just every scandal driven, everything Maura Healey touches in this state, she's destroying, and she's destroying our state's reputation, its business climate, and our entire quality of life here in this Commonwealth. Everything in Massachusetts is worse off than it has ever been because of Maura Healey's record of failure. Her record is a record of failure. So, just when you think that she wasn't embarrassing our state enough, embarrassing this state enough, what does she do? She now decides to kiss the ass of fucking Ukraine, and is talking about how we need to defend Ukraine rather than talking about what's going on here in Massachusetts. So this is what she says. In the face of Russian aggression, President Zelensky and he's literally referring to his fucking dumpster fire of a wife, have united their nation and allies around the world in pursuit of freedom, democracy, and peace. And basically, her wife, Joanna, and I have had the honor of welcoming First Lady Zelensky to Massachusetts this morning. Like many of us, we have been inspired by the strength and resilience of Ukraine. I encourage all our residents to learn more about the incredible organizations based in Boston and New England, providing life-saving support to the Ukrainian people. Fuck you. No, you're not providing any type of support to the Ukrainian people. You want to support the Ukrainian people? Stop funding the Zelensky regime and negotiate a peace settlement and end this fucking war. Because in reality, we all know exactly what happened. The mainstream media will never tell you this. But if NATO just simply left Russia alone, then none of this would have happened. So basically, Russia was just defending its own security against NATO escalation. So, Maura Healey, we all know, I preside to you right here, the worst governor and the biggest embarrassment in Massachusetts history. Maura Healey is now shilling for Ukraine. Just when you think she couldn't embarrass us enough. She's defending Ukraine. She's going around defending every Democrat, every failed politician. She's defending everybody that's a failure just like her. defending every bad leader, defending every shitty person that there is, because she has never met a shitty person that she didn't love, that never met a tax hike that she didn't love, and just when you think that she couldn't embarrass us enough, she's such an unserious person that she's literally posting a dancing video trying to act like, oh, Gen Z, look at us right now. This is literally her dancing in the middle of fucking Beacon Hill. Like, is this or is this not an embarrassment? Like, what is this, some kind of joke? Is this some kind of joke? Is this a talk show? Like, is this some type of, look, I'm the entertainer here. I'm the one that does the so-called talk show here. I'm the one that has a tabloid political YouTube channel that's fucking crazy every day. I mean, you all know how that goes. But oh my God, is this a fucking embarrassment? Nah, like these clowns belong in a fucking circus. These utter clowns belong in a circus. So Maura Healey decides to do that. Maura Healey decides to do that after record straight local tax hikes on meals and hotels that have basically taken an additional 5% of spending that she has proposed. So she has increased spending. She's increased spending by a total of 8%. She had a 3% spending increase in 2023, and in this year, she's planning to spend 5% more. That's an 8% increase in year number 2, and we're in the third quarter of the year. Yeah, so we're in the third quarter of the year, and she's already increased spending by nearly 10%. She has increased spending by 10%. She's increased spending by almost 10% compared to her previous predecessor. That's what she's doing there, and that's what she's doing. She's going around and she's palling around with other failed leaders. You know why? Because she's burned her bridges with everyone else, and no one can stand her. She's pissed off Chris Sununu in New Hampshire. Kelly Ayotte is fed up with her. Kelly Ayotte's literally running against her in New Hampshire. So you got that, then you got all this other stuff. Like, no other leaders are dealing with her. Basically, Moron Healey has burned her bridges with everybody, and it's making Massachusetts into a national laughingstock. Like, we are better than this as a state. Like, we are better than this as a state. Just look at the leadership that Charlie Baker had. Look at the leadership we had when Charlie Baker was in office. Got along with almost every governor, got along with New Hampshire, got along with all our neighbors in the region. We had a surplus, and now we have a $375 million revenue shortfall because of Maura Healey's record of failure of record local taxes and more spending and an unprecedented sanctuary state status that is costing this state $1 billion. And yes, I do know for a fact that this migration is the result of failed U.S. policies in Latin America and the Middle East. Oh, I acknowledge that. I say that all the time. But you know what Democrats do with migrants, right? That they try to smuggle them in, like Maura Healey tries to smuggle them into Massachusetts and make us into a sanctuary state. And she does that and does that for political brownie points, smuggling them in, trying to act like basically just trafficking them in, like, oh, totally, like we're the inclusive ones here. We're totally the inclusive ones here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, totally okay. Yeah, sure. But the reality, and it's like, look. I've already explained Maura Healey's horrible record. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody should know her horrible record in this state. I mean, I think everybody is pretty much aware of that. I mean, literally, inflation is the worst thing. I mean, we still see, just because they say inflation is cooling, that doesn't mean the prices are going down. That doesn't mean the prices are going down. The price of everything is going up. And the last thing you need to do in hard economic times is to raise any more taxes. I mean, that's just the reality, because Democrats, politicians, all they believe in is just tax and spend. That's all they believe in. They have no ideology beyond tax and spend. And just bringing up the abortion issue and every social issue that no one else is focused on. No one else is focused on that, at least not here in this state or in most of New England. No one is focused on that. What we're focused on is jobs, the economy, and affordability. That's what we're focused on. We're not focused on any of these other crazy issues that the Democrats are trying to use to distract from what's really going on, whether it's trying to use Ukraine or trying to use the abortion issue or any of these other fucking nonsensical issues. Like there's none of these. None of this is on the minds of anybody else. This whole entire thing is only the result because Maura Healey's doing this because she cannot defend her record of failure of being in office. Because there's always a tax and fee that she loves and she wants to support. She wants to allow local taxes. She wants to allow local taxes to go up at a faster rate than we've ever seen in history. I mean, Maura Healey has supported tax and fee increases and failed policies her entire life and throughout her entire term and throughout her entire political career. And as Attorney General, she has supported sanctuary state status. She has supported bad policies her entire life and has ever since she has been alive on this earth. Ever since she's been alive on this earth. She should have been banned from politics a long fucking time ago because she's obviously unqualified and should be nowhere near political office a fucking again. It was proven when she was Attorney General, but luckily Charlie Baker was there to keep the kibosh on this bullshit. But now we've got this going on. Now we've got Maura Healey with just completely free reign with her and Kim Dumbass and all the other sanctuary state Democrats that have never met a tax and a fee hike that they didn't love. They've all supported taxes and fees. And now that there's just one party bureaucracy on Beacon Hill where there's no checks and balances, it's all bureaucracy, it's all cortocracy. And Maura Healey's early driving jobs and businesses out of the state. Now we've got another situation that I embarked on in a stream last week about how that there's a local restaurant chain that is based out of Everett, Massachusetts, and that they want to relocate their headquarters to Manchester, New Hampshire, because it is Maura Healey's high tax policies and her anti-business attitude and her regulatory environment that she has created over the past year and a half, and that has resulted in 3,211 businesses leaving this state or going out of business. So Maura Healey has resulted in that in 5,000 jobs. And this is just in her year alone. This is just in 1 year alone. Could you imagine what she could do with a full term in office? Like, could you imagine what she could do in a full term in office? I mean, God, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I'm almost thinking that she'd try to start a fucking war with New Hampshire. She would probably try to go invade Kelly Ayotte's house for all we fucking know. I mean, obviously I'm being a little dramatic there with that one, but it's just like, you get the fuck out of here. It's like, it's these policies that are driving jobs and businesses out of the state and defending an 80% hike in the income tax, which, as I've stated many times before, this hits any income over $1 million at any given point. This negatively affects small businesses and retirees and lottery winners and other people that are just regular working class people. So that's going to hit people, and that's going to result in them bringing their jobs and their businesses elsewhere. And we have lost jobs and businesses at an alarming rate. And Maura Healey likes to say that, oh, she cares about the middle class and everything, and it's the Republicans that are the big corporate donors and givers. Oh, yeah, they are. I talk about that on a daily basis. And I hate the two-party system. I hate the two-party monopoly system. I say that over and over and over again. I say it all the time on a daily basis. But the reality is Maura Healey's the one in charge. She's the one in charge, and she's the one who is in charge of this, and she's the one that is responsible for the squeezing of the middle class in this state. That is the reason. She's the reason behind the squeezing of the middle class with her record local tax hikes. She could literally allow as many fucking tax hikes as she wants with local areas in this state that she wants to give authority to raise as many taxes as they want, which is going to absolutely squeeze the middle class and crush our business climate, which it's already doing. But that would just deteriorate it even further. Our business climate is in disarray. Our business tax climate is 46 out of 50 states. That is a 12 rank decline from 2 years prior. That is that. And we're now ranked the 47th most expensive state to do business in because of Maura Healey's record of failure. And that is why all these companies and all these business, and that's why that they are looking to different states. That's why they're looking to New Hampshire, they're looking to Maine, they're looking at North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and Virginia, Delaware, and South Dakota, and Ohio, and all these other different places, Nevada, Tennessee, you go down the list, all these other different states that don't tax you up the ass the way Maura Healey's Massachusetts does. Maura Healey's regime here in Massachusetts on Beacon Hill. That's the reason why they're all getting up and leaving. If not, they're choosing not to invest here. And that's going to shrink the middle class. So instead of focusing on that, she's saying that when she's not focused on these bullshit issues, she's supporting every harmful and destructive tax policy and fee policy humanly possible. Because there has never been a tax policy anywhere in the world that Maura Healey has never supported. Whether in Massachusetts or beyond, there has never been a point where Maura Healey anywhere in the world has ever thought that a tax or fee increase wasn't a good idea. She always has. She supported taxes and fees and other destructive policies in Massachusetts and beyond, and far beyond Massachusetts' borders. Because she has never met it. Ever since her entire political career, her entire life of being on this earth, that is what she has supported. And that is what she has done almost the second that she took office. I have given her a chance in the beginning, but when I saw the destructive policies, once I saw her picking fights with New Hampshire and picking fights with other states and wagging the finger at other governors that she's now burned her bridges with, and now none of them want to deal with her, that's also going to isolate, that she's isolating the state politically. Now no other leaders or other governors want to deal with her. She's burned her bridges with all of them, strained ties with them, and as a result, the only people that want to deal with Maura Healey now are just other partisan Democrats like Joyce Craig in New Hampshire, who's literally just Maura Healey 2.0. That's why Kelly Ott's running such a competitive race against her. That's why Kelly Ott says don't mass up New Hampshire, because it means don't Maura Healey up New Hampshire, because Joyce Craig will do the exact same thing to New Hampshire that Maura Healey has done to Massachusetts over the past year and a half. So other than that, no. Other than that, Maura Healey's been a disaster. She has been a disastrous failure, and her record has been nothing but losing and destructive policies. That's what it's been. Year all over, year after all this time. And I'm embarrassed. I am, quite frankly, embarrassed. She has made Massachusetts, that was once a moderate blue state. Because, like, remember, I have fans on this website that have always thought, like, Massachusetts is a great state and everything, and they're talking so positively about it and everything. And it was happy for me to know that. But it's like, you see what these politicians are doing, and there's nothing good about it. So Maura Healey is eroding our state's good name of being once a moderate blue state that had a Republican governor in there that was balancing stuff around and everything, and it just had good things going on. But now there's none of that, and it's a complete and utter embarrassment. Maura Healey has made Massachusetts a worse off Massachusetts is what she's made us. She's made us into a political laughingstock with New Hampshire. We're the butt of their jokes because of, we are now the butt of all their jokes because Maura Healey's embarrassing our state to the face of New Hampshire, to the face of other different states, all up and down the coast and way beyond. Every policy Maura Healey has done has been a failure. It's time that she goes. She needs to be made a one-term governor, because I don't want to repeat. I mean, God forbid, I don't want 8 years of what we've had for the last 18 months. I mean, I don't even know how the fuck we make it. We'd be bankrupted by then. We'd run out of money. We wouldn't even have a state left. It's time for people in the state to rise up and to get this clown out of office. Because this is like to the point now where it's not even something I can laugh at, because it's my state. It's the state I live in. It's the state I've grown up in. It's the state I love. And look, I care about this state. I'm concerned about it. That's why I come out here and I do this. It's like if I was rooting for failure, if I really hated the state, I would just want Maura Healey to be governor. If I root for failure, if I root for losers, or if I root for hating the state, then I would just want Maura Healey to be governor. I would. Because I care about this state. I want this state to do better. I want to get this state back on track and make it one Massachusetts we can all look to and be proud of. And a place where my fellow young people can work in, live in, close to everybody that we love, where we can all raise families, where we can afford to retire, and where we can do all that and have a good quality of life. But all that's being eroded. And we need to acknowledge that this state is off track and it's in the wrong direction. And Maura Healey had a chance to be a governor for all Massachusetts residents, but she has failed that. She has not done the job. So as a result, it's time to tell them at the ballot box. It's time to tell the Maura Healey-Kim Driscoll regime, you're done. You're fired. That's what we have to do. In order to save this state, that's what we got to do. Worst governor in the history of this state. Get rid of them. Period. And hopefully that can happen sooner rather than later. I'm a leftist at heart, but these types of policies I can't support and I don't support. And I won't. Maura Healey needs to be out before she destroys what is left of this state. It can't come soon enough. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up here because I'm going to go back to relaxing. Got a couple other things to do today, but I will be back with streaming next week, which will be on Monday and Tuesday. So look out for that. Other stuff in the works. Stay tuned for more and more stuff on the way. This is Zach the Celtics guy, as always, saying thank you for watching, and I will see you, comrades, in the next one. Until next time, take care of yourselves and all of each other. Stay safe, stay well, stay classy. Have yourselves a good day, a good rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, until my streams next week, have yourselves a good day and a good rest of your weekend. I'll see you all next time. Peace. Signing off for now. So long.